And your children.
And you, the committee.
Yo, what up, fucker?
Subscribe now and become a committee member. Let's rock. That's what I'm talking about.
And let me in on the action of what's going on with Pike. And let me just say, shout out to Cody Hansen for keeping me in the loop. I don't know if that was you talking vicariously through him.
Essentially, yeah. It was a group effort to try to find how to contact you. Because we had sent you messages on Instagram and Facebook. You did not see them or so I was like, well, I don't have his phone number memorized because my phone was not working. The reason being it was just dead and it wouldn't charge because, well, I dropped it in my own piss yesterday.
All right, hold on. We got to set up this story. We got to set this up the right way. Hi, Donna. What's going on? There's Hot Donna. She's watching over there on YouTube. Welcome to the show. That right there is not a financial advisor. His name is at Pike Taylor Radio on all social media. He does not know how to do your finances professionally, but he can tell you how to dry out his phone. I can tell you that much. Well, I can't wait to hear the story. I am at Sparks Radio on all social media. I'm Sparks. That's Pike. How are you? Thanks for being here. I'm also not a financial advisor, but it is a comedy finance show. So we're going to be talking some finances. Also, hopefully, you're going to laugh your ass off, which if you're not already, you're in the wrong place because already this show, it's for a Monday. We are starting off in fifth gear, and I love this. All right, so set me up, Pike. All right, Pike's in a band. Your band came down. Your wife had a birthday this weekend. Happy birthday to your wife, Lauren.
Oh.
A band member had a birthday this weekend. They flew down to meet you in Orlando. There you go. I've set it up now. Take me for a ride. Let's do this.
So they get in Friday. There's 6 of us, counting my wife and I. And so Friday night, we just go to my place, start drinking, and, basically don't stop for the next 3 days. So we were just in Orlando, and the weather was horrible. Like, they got this cold front, so really shitty timing, like not pool weather. But then yesterday, it was supposed to be like early 70s. Low 70s at the beach. So we're like, well, let's at least go get lunch. It's not ideal beach weather, but it might be okay.
Yeah.
So we leave Orlando and it's cloudy and cold. I'm like, fuck, why are we even doing this? Whatever. We'll have a lunch and I'll drive us back.
Yeah.
So we get there and we find this seafood restaurant on the port, which is very cool. Like fresh ass seafood. Sun comes out, starting to warm up. Drinks are flowing, $6 margaritas. I mean, it was just...
It's pretty good.
It started to vibe, started to feel
vibe.
It.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm loving this.
So I drive us from there to the beach, not far away, Cocoa Beach, Florida, surf capital of the world. So we find this bar that's the patio, tiki hut kind of thing.
Yeah.
On the beach. And then we start drinking on the beach, so you can do that. So it was, all right, a bunch of drinks being had, except me. I'm kind of keeping it, I have one, then a water, and then hang out for a little bit, and then another one. No shots. Thinking I'm going to have to drive back, which is an hour.
Yeah.
Well, then this band starts playing, and then it's okay, well, Jesus Christ. Now everything's perfect. Except the other guys are getting hammered, and I'm not.
Yeah.
So... Finally, after jamming out to this band, I just looked at Cody and I'm like, well, hey, man, we either got to go back now or we got to get a hotel or something.
Yeah.
And he just, without even hesitating, he's like, yup, do it. Because he wanted me to have a good time too. So.
Wow, look at this guy, Cody. Yeah. Cody's on a forever bachelor party, it sounds like. Yep, we're doing it. Yeah.
Oh, and the best part was that even the week leading up to the trip, he was like, we can let it rip, but Sunday night, I want to be in your apartment with a glass of water at 8 o'clock because we got a long day of travel the next day, today.
Yeah.
And I can't do that hungover. So it was a far cry from the plans that he had made previously. So it like within one breath, it's me asking if we should stay, him saying yes, and then me getting a shot, like with the like all at once. It was just like, okay, here we go. Now I'm getting hammered.
Yeah.
And okay, so the phone problem. This is now in a bathroom at one of these places.
What time are we talking here when you said, okay, we're buckling down, I'm getting hammered, we're getting a hotel room?
Oh, dinner time, like 5 o'clock, early evening.
Gotcha.
So now I'm pissing. Well, of course, with my phone in one hand, because I'm not going to just sit there and piss alone with my thoughts. And somehow, your worst nightmare, it falls out of your hand and lands in like my own piss.
Now, are we talking urinal? Or are we talking bowl here? What
Toilet. Yep. A toilet bowl. So full of water and piss.
Worst case scenario. Yeah.
In a real disgusting bathroom too. Not good. So now my phone doesn't work.
Oh,
and
awful.
It's covered in
Ash
piss,
trash booty cheeks.
And here's the other thought. So this podcast got brought up. We're in this bar, like on the patio, and this, who Kelly Slater is?
Of course. Surf legend.
Okay, yeah, greatest surfer of all time. Well, he's from Cocoa Beach. His older brother, is like just a local. He just drinks at this place. So I see him because I know who he is. So I start talking to this guy.
Know who, just by observation, you know who Kelly Slater's brother is?
No, because my father-in-law, who drinks at this place like frequently, like he has pointed it out to me in the past. So like I remember which one. I'm like, oh yeah, that's Kelly Slater's brother.
So Kelly Slater's brother is an alcoholic who will never go home. He's just always at this bar.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I gathered.
Got it. All right.
So then one of the other guys in my band, I think Scott, mentioned to him because he was talking about like Bitcoin and stuff. And how his brother, like Kelly Slater, was texting him at that very moment. And they were like, how he should invest in Bitcoin. Kelly Slater's putting like $1 million into Bitcoin. His brother, not. He's like, it's more like $100.
Yeah, he's like, I just put $1 in the play tunes over here on the on the wall.
Yeah, the touch
Nobody
tunes.
Better cut me. All right. Nobody better put in the $2. Don't cut me. Bad bar etiquette. They're like, Jesus. Slater. Do they call him Slater? What do they call him?
No, his name's Sean.
Oh, yeah. I would go by Slater. Sit backwards in the chair and everything. You'd be like, Slater, dial it back a little bit. Be like, no, you always cut me off. Are you guys bragging with your money? Your poor music taste. All right, so go ahead. So Kelly Slater's texting his brother, and you're talking to the brother, and they're talking about Bitcoin.
Yeah, and so they tell him that I'm on a financial comedy podcast, which is what we were doing here. And so he immediately takes that as, all right, this guy's fucking brilliant. He knows a ton about finance. Pulls his phone out and says, hey, let me get your number. Like, so if I have any questions and stuff, I can hit you up. Yeah. So I give him my number. I'm like, and now I'm just like drunk and I'm like, I'm not going to break his heart and tell him I don't know shit.
No,
so
you're a pro at this point. What are you talking about, man?
So, yeah, Kelly Slater's brother asking me for my number so I can give him financial advice is the most ridiculous, like, true sentence I've ever said.
Oh, I love it. Well, he can't do any worse, okay? He's just in a bar drinking all the time, apparently.
Yeah, well, later in the night, he texted me a selfie of him in a boat. So he made his way to a boat at some point.
Well, that's good. That's great. He drifted off the sea, never to be seen from again. Well, I hope one day we have Sean Slater on the phone or on the show.
He wants to be.
Oh, man.
Believe it or not.
Oh, dude. This is I know a guy. You're like, hey, man, I know a guy. Who? I know. You know Kelly Slater? You know Kelly Slater? No. I know his brother. I give him financial advice. So, I mean, are you going to be able to recover your phone? Because if not, Sean Slater's going to go bankrupt. I mean, did you tell him your phone is full of piss right now?
I didn't fill him in on that. My phone has since dried out the piss, So it's not okay. So that's what happened to my phone, and then it died. So it won't take a charge. That was the problem. So we end up going to one hotel, made a reservation over the phone, and the guy said, I'm leaving at 8. You just got to email me a picture of your ID. So I did, and he sent a copy of the reservation. Well, we get to this hotel, and he said he'd put the keys in this mailbox out. This is a little beach motel thing.
Yeah.
There's no keys in there. The mailbox is locked. And so now I'm pissed, and we have nowhere to stay. So we finally get a hold of this guy, and he's pissed, and I get into the shouting match with him because he said I didn't email my ID in time. I'm like, I emailed it right away, dick. And then he had the nerve to say, well, yeah, you emailed me that weird-looking ID like an hour later. And I'm like, what do you mean weird-looking ID?
Don't you have a Florida
What does that
ID?
even mean? Yeah. I kept looking at the picture. I showed everybody else. I'm like, guys, what is weird about it? It was just a picture of my ID. Like, is that your way to jab me?
Yeah, well,
So
you
now I
emailed
really
me an
hate
ID
them.
with a horrifying Dancing with the Stars guy face on the front. I didn't know. I had no idea. Thought it was fake. I was like, Peter Dinklage isn't going to stay here. And you're like, yeah, you know what, motherfucker? You knew it was going to be one of the two.
Yeah.
It's a callback to Friday's episode if you didn't listen to Friday's episode.
Oh, I like that. So we end up going to just this Hilton, which is like a nicer hotel, and way more
Sounds
money
like
than a
it.
guy'd want to spend just to pass out. So then we end up there. We end up like trying to find a hot tub. They don't have one, so we tried jumping the fence at the neighboring hotel. We're talking 4 30-year-olds climbing over a fence so we can get into a different hot tub. And immediately a security guard from across the pool goes, hey! And he comes over and yells at us. And we tried to bribe him. We're like, how much money? And he's like, no, none. I'm like, come on now.
None.
$500 to let us go in. Yeah, and he must have known we didn't have any money because he was not listening. So
The Solo Cat, or no, the Lost Cat. Sorry, the Lost Cat. The Lost Cat says, Pike, I like your tan, SA. Look at that.
oh,
Saying you got a little
Thank
bit
you
of a
for
tan rock in there. That's nice.
well, if you missed it, we spent the day at the beach and forgot the sunscreen in the car and never went to get it. So yeah, got a little color.
There you go. Yeah. What up to
So
Colin?
fast.
Colin is
Hey,
here.
Colin.
Hello, committee chair. Whew. What a way to way to wrap up the weekend. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. So you bribed the guy, but he didn't take your bribe. So you had to waddle back to the Hilton.
So we ended up in our pool. Anyway, now it's like midnight. We're just hammered, and this was supposed to be the night we were just chilling in my apartment, bags packed, ready to go to the airport. But we're in a totally different city, an hour away. So we had to get up this morning, and I realized, I'm like, oh shit, I never like contacted you or anything about the podcast at 8 a.m. And so I'm trying, like,
How could
everyone's
you
asleep.
with the piss phone and you're chatting, you're giving financial advice to Kelly Slater's brother?
And nobody else, we didn't have a charger because we were just going to go for lunch. So nobody had a chart. So everybody's phone was dead except for one. Cody had 2%. And it was like 7, just before the podcast was starting. I'm like, dude, can I send him a message? So he let me send you an Instagram message, which you didn't see. And then it was like 8:03. And I'm like, guys, Sparks is just sitting there ready to do this podcast. Like, what can we do?
Yeah.
And I will give Cody credit because it was his idea to go on to the live stream and
Brilliant.
comment.
That's the only way I saw it. That's the only, because I was just sitting there going, doop, 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 doop. Oh, Cody's here. oh, hey, Cody. He's like, I messaged you on, first of all, it kind of scared me. I felt like a parent, like that you didn't like come home from prom or something. I was getting worried because the message he left was, check your Instagram. There's a message regarding Pike Taylor Radio. I was like, that's a weird way to refer to your friend. Pike Taylor Radio and Instagram. Immediately, I got kind of worried. I was like, oh no, what happened to Pike? What's going on? So I went over and I looked, and you're like, I don't even know what the message said. Basically, hey, crazy night, not going to be able to do the podcast, can do it at 7 o'clock tonight. And I was like, all right, whatever. No big deal. No harm, no foul. I'll just go stain a deck. That's what I did all day. I was just outside staining a deck. Just pushing a roller all day. It was gorgeous here today. So it got me out of the house a couple hours early, and I got to the old rental property, and I was staining a deck, listening to music. So it wasn't a bad day. So it was a good day for you to be completely irresponsible, get totally shit-faced, give bad financial advice, drop your phone in a toilet covered in your own piss. Did you rinse it off at least, by the way?
Yeah, I reached in there quick, and now that's the worst part because you got to reach your hand into the piss.
It's the worst.
But you try to do it as quick as you can, like if that's going to help. I don't know. Don't let the water set in or the piss.
I think it helps.
Case.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can't hurt. So I quick reach in there, like grab a towel, dry it off, and then just let it piss dry,
No, wait, you didn't wash it off with water?
Well, I just dried it first, and then I got like a damp towel because, you don't want to put it through the car wash or anything. Gotta pat dry it.
I feel like I would have given it a quick rinse in the water. What's the difference? If it just fell in water, I think I'd rinse it off with clean water.
Yeah, well, they're supposed to be waterproof.
Yeah.
So I think.
So wash it.
I mean, it worked out because my phone still works. So
okay, good.
We're all good. We're all
good. Yeah.
But it does have a little piss smell to it.
Chad is here. He says, hey, I actually get to watch the show live. Hey, there you go. Woo!
See, it's better for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Donna is saying, great weekend and no bail money needed. Good for you, Pike. Yeah. Whoa.
Donna, you have no idea how close. Like, it's one of those days where you wake up and the fact that I was like, everything was fine, other than just a few crazy things. Like, nobody got hurt, arrested, because we were on a mission. Like, there's video of me, like, at the hotel desk, like, trying to convince her that I'm in the Air Force. And, like, it's just like, I was just making shit up, Jumping over fences. The box, remember when I said the guy said he put the keys in the box outside of the hotel?
Yeah.
I ripped that box off of the wall because I was so mad that the keys weren't in there. So now it's like probably gonna get a bill for that. Yeah.
Dude.
Destructive.
You know what this story is? This is a pre-COVID story. That's what this is. Sounds like you're living. It was like your one night that you just cut loose. It was just like, we're having fun, come hell or high water. And you did it,
Yeah, and everything was outside. We didn't go to any indoor bars, so I know you're concerned, but we felt relatively safe.
My concern is about to be over. I scheduled my vaccine shot. It is, speaking of rescheduling the show, I'm not going to be able to do the show on Wednesday morning. We're going to have to push that time back to a 7 o'clock one on Wednesday.
No way, that's when you're getting your shot.
Getting a shot. It's official.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So they opened it up to everybody in Ohio?
16 plus. They just announced it today. They're like, you know what? If you're over 16, go get a shot. And I was like, immediately on there. Bloop, 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 bloop. Get me. Come on. Let's go. So I got in, which I'm excited about. It says,
I'm excited for you.
Hold on. This is Colin is saying, Pike's phone smells like some of the dives low standards place.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
Dude,
well, dude,
we were
happy
hanging
you had fun. Seriously.
Thanks, bro. Art been played with the band at one of these places. So we're networking big time, trying to get ourselves a show down here that doesn't maybe smell like stale piss.
Nice.
Colin.
Did you celebrate your wife's birthday at all? Or was because it was Sunday? Did you?
Yeah, this is all for her. All of that. Yeah, no, she was there. She was there for all of it.
Oh, I'm sure she was absolutely trash as well. Because why wouldn't you? All these shenanigans are happening. It's your birthday. I'd be like, you know what?
Right.
I'm gonna make this worth my while as well. Wow. Well, fantastic, dude. How fun. Well, happy birthday to your wife. Happy birthday to whose birthday was it? In
Cody's on Friday.
Oh, it was actually Cody's birthday too. All right. Well, happy birthday to Cody. Shout out there. Let's see. We have the Lost Cat is saying, Sparko, time for you to come back to Vegas. All right, well, get me a job and I'll come back to Vegas. Until then, I'm staining decks here in the good old sunny, beautiful, absolutely 70 to something degrees today, Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah, sun, not a cloud in the sky, 70 degrees, not a breeze. Oh, it's just absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I'm in a great mood. I am as tired as Pike is, but for totally separate reasons. But we are happy that you're here. This is a good one. I'm glad you led with the story. We got we're gonna try to answer a question today on the show, Pike. We haven't done that yet. I got a message, a DM on Instagram from one of the committee members. So shout out to the committee. Thank you guys for being here. If you're watching, make sure you hit subscribe. If it's your first time here, make sure you're telling a friend, thumbs up, like. If you're on the podcast, you listen on Apple Podcasts, make sure you're leaving a review. Over there, we're trying to hit 60 reviews. That's our next goal. So let's do it. Give it 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and then comment on the review, whatever you want. You can say anything you want. Just give it 5 stars. And then what we'll do is we'll read your review on the air. But it really does help out the algorithm. So I appreciate you doing it. And shout out to the members of the special committee.
Patreon.com/Sparks Radio.
Can you not hear me?
No, if I could interject.
Yeah.
Quick. I had peeled off a toenail like that was just wildly overgrown, and I put it somewhere, and I suddenly cannot find it. So if you guys happen to just see a toenail, and it was a keeper. Like I was thinking about maybe just showing my wife after because it was that big. But I don't know what it is.
Sounds like you're the keeper, Pike. I'm sure that's what your wife is saying. If you're like, hey, check out how long my toenail is.
It peeled off so easily too. That was the cool part.
Gross. I can't peel off fingernails and toenails. I don't know how people do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, fingernails, I get that, but
I can't do it. I think you guys have vitamin deficiencies. You have Colin saying 6 people watching and 2 likes. Come on, committee. All right, well, there you go. Colin's just be in the committee chair, getting people to like this video. I love it. All right, so check this out. Patreon.com/Sparks Radio. Sign on up there. Thank you so much to the members of the special committee. I forgot to mention that we were going to put up a bonus question, which we did. We did a bonus question. It was actually pretty fun because Greg apparently didn't even know we were recording. So we put up the bonus question over there on the Patreon from Blast 5 on Friday. It was always good fun. So check that out. Definitely test it. Are you still looking for that fucking toenail, dude? What are you?
Well, yeah, it's bothering me.
Oh, God. Gross. Let's get to the damn podcast here. You ready?
Yeah. Can you recycle toenails?
No.
Okay.
Here we go. Here's the question. And you know what? I'm going to have you answer this.
Okay.
Okay, because I feel like you're capable of that. I mean, you're giving Kelly Slater financial advice, which you know his brother is passing it on to him.
I managed to talk to him for like 5 minutes about finance without ever saying anything that would qualify as financial knowledge even. You know, but somehow I kept this ruse going that he could trust me. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
I love it. Anyway, absolutely love it.
I'll give it a crack.
Here we go. Here's the question. And this was a DM, so I'm not going to tell you who it's from, but here we go. Theoretically, quote unquote, quote, not financial advice, quote, asking for a friend. A lot of quotes here at the beginning. So theoretically, not financial advice, asking for a friend. If you switch bodies with someone or some 33-year-old with $16,000 in debt, living week to week with no savings or retirement. So no savings, no retirement. What do? Now you only make $40K a year, quote, theoretically. So this is not a real person. Apparently, this is just a real hypothetical situation.
Yeah. It could happen. Well, so how old is this person asking, theoretically?
Theoretically, the person is 33-year-old with 16 grand in debt.
Well, you're wondering if I would switch bodies with that person?
No,
to make my
theoretically asking her for a friend. If you switch bodies with a 33-year-old person who's 16K in debt, living week to week, blah, 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 blah. What do you do?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
You're $16,000 in debt. You're 33 years old and you only make 40 grand a year.
How would I solve that issue? Okay. I thought it was like, would you switch bodies with that? I'm like, what? No.
Okay.
I would not.
Yeah.
But,
The committee's calling you out here. Okay. Pike's got toenail ADHD. I agree. Donna says Pike's not listening. He's looking for his toenail. I agree, Donna. Thank you very much. Okay. The committee's calling you out. All right. Would you focus on the goddamn problems of our theoretical committee member here? Not a real person. He definitely stressed that he is not real and definitely not in this situation. And he's just definitely asking for a friend. Okay.
Okay. What would I do with $16,000? Well, here's what you're going to do right away. Aggressively pay down that debt. Okay. $40K a year. Yeah, we're going to have to get some other incomes going here, you know, whether they're passive or whatever the opposite of that would be. Now, how can you do that? Well, what do you like to do? You like to knit? We need to get some sort of small business happening, whether it's starting out knitting for the old ladies at the nursing home, you know, maybe make a little business out of it. Or they knit their own shit, don't they? Yeah, yeah. That's not your market. Okay, we got to find a new market.
Maybe you can use their elderly labor.
That's a good idea because they will work for very little money.
Very little. Very little. I mean, I remember you're a big Adam Sandler fan. Didn't that lady pay him in meatballs? I mean, look, the currency when you get old is really weird.
It's meatballs.
Yeah. it's meatballs. It's all kinds of weird things. It's usually not cash. Okay. So you're right. So what you're saying is instead of child labor, you could use elderly labor, and then you got your own little elderly sweatshop. They're manufacturing the knitting, the quilts, the sweaters, the hats, the gloves. I don't know, whatever. Okay. They're pumping these things out. You are managing and distributing and taking 10%, 15%.
Exactly. And you're going to take all that money and you're going to reinvest it into the business so you can get more old ladies churning sweaters out and shit. You can get eventually now you have a warehouse. Like you've created an online store. Okay. Your e-commerce traffic is going through the roof.
Skyrocket.
And you're going to use now take off the top of whatever you need to run this business. Put that right in back to the debt. Is Pike still drunk? Yeah. It seems
Omero
like it,
says, "Is Pike still drunk?"
Yeah. Yeah. My body's still kind of figuring out what we are doing.
All right, so go ahead, keep going. We're now in a warehouse and we have an e-commerce site of knitting, and our whole staff is elderly.
Yeah, so you need to use that income to aggressively pay that debt down. Okay? And here's the other thing. Are you married? Are you in a relationship? Because if not, you need to immediately try to find yourself somebody who, and this is where you're going to have to throw your pride to the side because it doesn't matter what this person's going to look like. You need to find somebody, whatever sex they may be, that has a solid disposable income.
Yes.
And are going to be willing to take on your debt.
Sugar mama, sugar daddy. Doesn't matter. Just marry them for their money, man. It's 2021. Yes. Nobody cares about your gender preferences. Nobody cares. It all comes down to your bank account. So what you're saying is get what you would say is the geriatric community to create your next empire / marry money to get yourself out of debt.
And that's now you're already building these relationships with the senior community.
Yeah.
Here's where you can kill two birds with one stone. Find one who's sitting on a lot of money. I'm talking generational wealth potentially that she has to pass out once she dies. So now let's say she just happens to die. Well, that's your money. Okay. So you need to, there's still the pieces are like not in place in my brain right, but they're all there.
I mean, you're
right?
saying a lot. You're talking about a lot of things.
Right.
Okay.
But
yeah. You brought marriage into this. You talked about essentially elderly abuse. You brought in a lot of stuff. You're mentioning a large plan to get out of $16,000 in debt. I'm not saying it's a bad plan.
Which, to be clear,
isn't
like crippling. You know, you're not gonna it's doable. It's doable. I'm just saying if you want to get it done as quickly as possible, you're gonna have to do one or all of these things.
Okay. All right. So this is the fastest route to do it.
Yeah.
Got it. The Lost Cat says, Pike, mail me your toenail. Jesus Christ, the Lost.
Dude, I would love to at least get a photo of this bastard, but I can't find him.
He says, the Lost Cat says, I'll recycle it for you. First of all, there's something weirdly sexual going on with the Lost Cat in your toenail. Okay. I don't know how he's planning on recycling it, but it is gross. It is really weird. Look, here's what I recommend. Okay. Thanks for taking your stab at it, Pike. And I'm not saying you're wrong. Okay. Because I have already said neither one of us are authorities on this subject matter. So let me take a stab. Okay. Because you're making, this guy said he's making $40K a year, theoretically. Okay. $40K is a decent salary, but when you're $16K in the hole, dude, I mean, you're looking at almost half of your annual salary. It's going to take you a while to pay this thing back. Okay. So let's just say I'm going to do simple math here. I got my calculator up. You're making 40 grand, $40,000. We'll say that's post-tax just for ease. Okay. But if you're making
not, but yeah.
right.
Nobody says what they make after taxes.
Is this gross? You're not saying this is net. I'm going to say it's net.
That's like his annual salary. Gross.
Okay, fine. 40K.
Okay, hey, do whatever you want to do.
I'm just going to do it because this is easier. Okay. All right. Okay. We got Don is recommending. Wait. Omero is talking about your toenail. Fucking toenail. All right. Hold on. It says bidding for the toenail starts at $1. All right. We're trying to raise money for Pike's toenail now. Now, wait a minute. The Lost Cat's now saying I'm at $2. Wait a minute. You're making money off this toenail. Oh, my God.
I love it. This can go towards this person's debt.
Yeah. Pike can create extra income by selling toenail jewelry. This is gross. Colin says 16K in the hole must be nice. Look, okay, I'm gonna do some math here. Let's.
Must be nice. Okay.
All right, here we go. So 16K in the hole. I keep getting texted. Okay, look, 40 grand, 16K in the hole. Are you ready? This is how my brain. This is how my brain would start to attack this math problem here. Wait a minute. Omero says I'll do $3 with shipping. Okay, there you go. The dollar number is starting to go up. You better find that toenail. Okay. All right, here we go. So you got 40K a year salary. You're 16 in the hole. So I'm thinking, what's this dude's rent? $1,200 a month?
Who knows? Right?
I'm just going to say, let's say you're paying $1,200. $1,200 a month. You're at 14K just for rent. Okay. How much do you think this guy pays for his car? 500.
God, I hope 0. Dude, that's like we have already at 40K a year. That's almost probably at least one of the 2 paychecks he's getting a month, and some of the second one.
Yeah. Well, if
you're not paying like 40K.
Go ahead.
40K a year. Are you paying $1,200 for an apartment? Yikes! I would hope not.
So you're thinking you're going less? You want to call it 1,000?
Yeah. Well, sure.
Dude, if this guy's in Vegas, it's hard to get rent for less than that, unless you're getting roommates, and they got to get a roommate, or you're married. But he doesn't reference any of that stuff, so I'm just going with rent. So I'm just gonna stay at $1,200 a month, $500 car payment. You're at $20,400. This is just rent and transportation. This is just car payments. It's not even insurance. It's not even gas. It's not repairs or anything like that, or maintenance, like oil changes or whatever. Dude, 20 grand, $20,400. All right. So then let's add another 12 grand. How much do you spend a month on groceries, Pike? What do you think? Single male, like 33 years old.
I would say $250.
Really?
No, more than that. Probably like at least 300, right?
So you're saying 300?
Yeah, I would say 300.
All right. So what is that? That's $3,600 a month, $3,600 a year. Right? Times 12. 300 times 12 is 3,600. Yeah. All right. So there you go. Now you're up to $24,000 even. This is taking care of your rent. This is taking care of your car. This is taking care of your groceries. How many for bills?
God, Jesus.
We'll say
150.
$200 a month now. Bills.
Yeah, utilities and all that.
Plus another $2,400.
All that crap.
$2,400 a year. You're now spending this amount of money right now. $26,400. Okay, so there you go. That's taken out of $26,400 on rent, car, food, bills. As a single male, 33 years old. Okay, you're at $26,400. Here's 40 grand minus 26,400. You're looking at of $13,600 a year. Okay, keep in mind, I'm not calculating taxes. I'm not calculating, unexpected expenditures, vacations, having fun, zero entertainment or any of that nonsense. Okay, I'm talking just this. So if you had the ability to throw this at your $16,000 debt, you're looking at, a year and a few months of sacrifice, of just throwing everything you had at that debt, thinking it's that credit card debt, insidious credit card debt. Do you think that is like doable? You think you could sustain that for a year, Pike?
No, that would be the worst year of your life, and just almost unreasonably impossible.
Yeah,
that doesn't even make sense. But you understand, I guess. No, there's going to be things that come up, big things. So
yeah, birthday parties. Hey, my friend's got a wedding. I got to fly somewhere to go to a wedding. I got to go. Life happens. So you're realistically looking at over a year and a half, maybe 2 years of buckling down and trying to pay off that debt. That's a long time to be committed to something like paying off your debt. So, here's what I would look at. If it's all credit card debt, which I hope it's not, but if it is, just for the sake of how easy this argument is, if it's all credit card debt, what I would look at would be, number one, like we went through in the steps, how to control your money. I can't remember what episode it was. I think it was 376. Episode 376, we told you exactly how to do this. You get your 3-month buffer built up, right? Then the next step was to attack the debt. Once you save up 3 months worth of your budget, attack the debt. That's a lot of debt, 16 grand, especially when you only make 40K a year. Here's what I would do. Find out do you have that car? Is that in there? We factored in a $500 a month car payment. I would get rid of that fucking car. That is a goddamn anchor hanging off your ankle. I would get rid of that car. I would buy a $5,000 car. If you are still making payments and you have a $20,000 whatever car, get rid of that fucking thing. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Because you immediately just chopped so much debt off your table by doing that. 2, I would immediately, after you get rid of that car, I would look into debt reconsolidation. I would try to get a lower interest rate on that debt. And then you attack that debt. That way you don't have this interest accumulating month after month after month, crushing you. So that's what I would do. I would look for big objects you can just crush and get rid of. If you live on your own, try moving out, getting a live-in with a roommate. It's always about making the uncomfortable decision now to do something so you live more comfortably later. If that is one thing I can push in this podcast, I'm gonna sing it from the fucking mountaintops because that's how you get ahead.
Yeah, sacrifices, and it sucks because you never know. Like it's hard to care about your future self because you don't know what that's going to look like.
Right.
And right now, the immediate feeling you get when you're living your best life like that I feel that now. You can't feel it how it's going to feel in 5 years or whatever.
Yeah, but dude, if you're living your best life now and you got this fucking thing in the back of your head of like, God, every time I use my credit card, I go, oof. Oh, God, I'm fucking doing it again. I'm spending it again. Oh, I don't have that kind of cash. Dude, that's awful. And you know your future self is going to be better off than that. You don't want to be that anymore. That's a horrible thing. So you got two options. I mean, you got more options that you don't have to go with us. But what I'm saying is try to unload one of these burdens on your life that's sucking cash out of your pocket, whether it's your car, whether it's your living situation. If you can get a roommate, maybe you can move back home. Maybe you got a girlfriend you can move in with. Maybe you got a buddy. Be like, hey, dude, I'm trying to crush my debt. Here's my plan. Boom, 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 boom. I'll pay you $500 a month for rent. I rent out a room and I live there for the next month. Dude, these are how you're going to get ahead. Or two, you get some old fucking people knitting. I don't know how else to explain it to you. Get these old people to knit as fast as they can. And I don't want to hear any excuses, Gladys. You know, just get ready to yell. And you're going to hear a lot of complaining, a lot of like, my hands hurt. Just tell
your
them.
back is going to hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty. Thanks for saying that.
It comes full circle. Exactly. Oh, one of the most underrated characters of all time, Ben Stiller in Happy Gilmore. And you know what? They should make a whole movie. You know, remember like Judd Apatow was saying like Pineapple Express was created from Brad Pitt's character. Oh, in that one movie, I can't remember the movie. God. Committee. What was the movie with Brad Pitt? Brad Pitt was the stoner, like, oh man, in one movie. And Judd Apatow goes, I created Pineapple Express off of just that character. Like, I wanted to know what that stoner story was.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Huh.
So it was like James Franco and Seth Rogen were based off of that one little character, the stoner he has the best friend, and Pineapple Express happens or whatever. I want Ben Stiller. I want him running like an evil villain, like a crime lord running a syndicate of old people, making them work and hustle for his side project.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
I love it. Hey, dude, I got to get some water.
Keep going.
You mind if I go grab a go?
Yeah, I'll talk to the committee here. The Lost Cat says Sparko got a new iPhone. No, I've had this phone. I got the this is the 11th. The iPhone 11. Yeah. I had to think about that for a second. No, I've had it. It's the old one now at this point. They're always going to be old. That's the thing, man. Don't get caught up in the phones. I got to get the new phone, latest phone. At this point, I feel like everyone's kind of fatigued on, nobody waits in line anymore for these iPhones. No one gives a shit, right? They're all basically the same thing. Omero says, if it's credit card debt, just transfer to a new card with 18 months of zero interest to pay off as much as you can. And before the 18-month transfer again, you can pay it off with no interest. That's true. Sometimes, Omero, that's correct. Yeah, you can transfer your credit. Sometimes they'll do that. Sometimes they don't. And that's essentially what I was talking about, debt consolidation. So that's a good way to do it. If you can, not everybody can, depending on their credit score. But they do have zero interest credit cards, which is pretty amazing. I always recommend getting the best card you can for the mileage and the points. And I would put everything on your credit card, but it comes down to with maintaining and being responsible enough to not get sucked into that fucking, you know what it is, Pike,
Well, yeah, and it goes hand in hand. Like, you have that much debt because of like poor decisions, and you can't do anything about the debt because you have the debt. Like, your credit score is now so low that, yeah, like, of course I would transfer to a 0% credit card.
Yeah.
Or I would reconsolidate to a lower rate. But oh wait, your credit score sucks. So yeah, they'll reconsolidate for you, but the interest rate is going to be just as bad, if not worse.
Exactly. So, and one of your ways that you can get around that is debt consolidating yourself is to get rid of whatever thing is causing so much debt. And it's easier said than done. But if it's a car, sell the car. Get rid of it. Take an L. Just know that buying expensive cars is really not a good idea. Hey, real quick, we have Pike's Toenail is here. Pike's Toenail is asking, how much am I going for now?
Oh. I'm so glad to see he's doing well.
Where are you? Where are you, Pike's Toenail? He's looking for your toenail.
Show yourself.
Yeah, Donna is saying, oh my God, Pike's Toenail has its own account. That's true, yeah. Omero says, if the toenail is big enough for Pike to sign, I'll do it for $10. Oh my God. Omero wants to buy your signed toenail for $10. Dude, the committee's going wild tonight here. I love it. Hey, if you're here, hit the thumbs up button, please. That really does help out the show. So please do that. All right, I think we crushed this question. I think you and I are really making this person's life a lot better. Oh my God, he found it.
I found the toenail. Breaking news.
Put it in front of the microphone so I can see it. It's against the white background, so it's hard to. Oh my Jesus Christ!
Yeah, the size of that thing.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it just came right off there. Yikes!
Hey, your toenail said, by the way, I'm on the floor next to the desk leg. So there you go.
That's where he was. I got him. All right. Well.
Thanks for your help.
I think I should be able to sign this, yeah.
Pike's Toenail says, he found me. That's amazing that the toenail is able to type in the chat on YouTube. That's amazing. That's really incredible. All right, so there you go. If you're the committee member that wrote that in there and you're listening, hopefully that helped out. All right. You ready to get to the news that matters here, Pike?
Yes.
Yes, this is the news that matters. Yes, this is the news that matters. Holy shit.
Well, here's the most exciting thing I've read or heard since the news about the toenail. Anyway, they are in the works 26 years after the sequel. Ace Ventura 3.
Oh my God.
Is being made.
Wow. That's huge news, man.
Yes. Yes. They revealed their plans, which does include Jim Carrey. They say people have just been, ever since COVID, have been clamoring for a third installment. I don't know where the clamoring was happening, but I was one of them. They're saying that Amazon will be taking it on. Amazon, whatever. It's the people that wrote Sonic the Hedgehog, which is of course with Jim Carrey as well. I
heard that actually Sonic the Hedgehog was pretty funny. Like I didn't watch it, but I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either. But I also heard it was good. See, I don't know about this because. Like, they did Dumb and Dumber 2, and I'm not talking about the stupid Dumb and Dumber that came out without Jim Carrey or Jim Daniels, but the one with them, it's just not, I don't know, him personally, like, he's aged, which is not his fault. Like, I understand, I'm not blaming him for that, but it's just not, he's not the same person physically, because it's so much of it is physical for him. Yeah. And it's just going to look, it's just uncomfortable, and just, it's just kind of like, It doesn't do it for me, unfortunately, because it was almost
like a lightning in a bottle moment.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you're right.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And he shit out like I think Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, and was it The Mask? Like were all released in 1994. You know, like he just
3 movies in 94.
Yeah, and they're all massive. Yeah. So you're right. When he said lightning in a bottle, he's like, dude, we got to pump as many movies out as we can.
Jesus.
Because I'm not far off from being,
Yeah.
part of a knitting ring in a nursing home.
We got Pike's Toenail saying, God, I hope it doesn't suck like Coming to America. Yeah, I didn't see the second Coming to America. I can't even bring myself to watch it. And I love the first one. Love the first one. And I saw it there on Prime, and I was like,
Really? I would watch. I haven't seen the first one, so I have no interest at all.
Oh.
But I would watch it if I was a fan.
The first one is very funny. I think you would honestly enjoy the first one. I think you'd like it.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. But I've heard it's bad too.
The sequel? Yeah.
Whether, yeah.
I'm right there with you. Well, I'll still watch it. I'll watch Coming to America, the sequel, and I'll end up watching this new Ace Ventura movie. If it's right there on my TV, I'm not going to go see it in theaters. Sure. If it's right there.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I'll watch
Saturday,
it.
Sunday night.
Those are two of the... I personally was a fan of the second one, When Nature Calls, over the first one. But that... I think it's just because that's one we watched the most.
We just entered the goddamn Take Factory.
Now entering the Take Factory.
Whoa! The sequel better than the original. This never happens, okay? This is like Terminator 2, and that's it. And you're saying the second Ace Ventura is better than the original.
That's correct, yeah. And I do share this opinion on a lot of different movie franchises, like Home Alone 2, I think is by far the superior film.
What?
American Pie 2, and now Ace Ventura 2.
I cannot.
Yeah, would do
disagree with you
that
more.
Tribe in the jungle. It's hilarious.
Highlights of that movie, and I haven't seen it in 20 years, 25 years. I don't know. Was when he was climbing out of the rhino's ass, and they thought he was giving birth. The rhino was giving birth.
Yes.
Very funny. The spears in the legs, very funny. The spit wads to the guy standing on the totem pole, very funny. Other than that, probably trash. If I go back and watch that movie right now, it's probably horrific.
No, it's line for line hilarious. When they're in the room with the projector and the guy stands up because he's fucking around like making shadows on the projector, and then the guy stands up and goes, Mr. Ventura, and he goes, hi-ho silver, away. It's some classic comedy.
I think my point has been made. Yes, exactly. Pike has horrible taste in films. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for that, Pike. I do appreciate that. Did you see, speaking of, Take Factory? Oof.
Yeah.
My God. Let's go. Hold on. I'm bringing up the tweet right now. This happened on Twitter. This happened last night, which, I was prepared for this morning. It's probably old news now at this point. But
okay.
let me pull the tweet up here on the screen. Good old Elon Musk. Oh man, Elon Musk. Whew. We are
your boy.
My boy in some hot water with the old Bernie Sanders. I don't know if you can see it here, but Bernie Sanders, let me make it a little bigger here for you. Bernie Sanders coming in hot on Elon Musk, saying Bernie Sanders says, at the moment in American history, two guys, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, own more wealth than the bottom 40% of people in this country. That level of quality is not only immoral, it's unsustainable. That's what Bernie Sanders said. And Elon Musk comes back, and here we go. Elon Musk says, I'm accumulating resources to help make life multiplanetary and extend the light of consciousness to the stars. Holy shit, what a retort.
Wow. That's like some new words, like multiplanetary. That word wasn't necessary up until now.
Dude,
nobody had invented that word.
Multiplanetary and bringing the consciousness, a light of consciousness to the stars. Jeez, what is Elon Musk writing poetry here in his off time? When does he have time for this shit? Or was he just planning on, he's like, you know what? I'm eventually going to get this fucking question.
Possibly.
Old man Sanders is going to come after me for being so goddamn rich. I better have one in the holster, one in the chamber waiting.
Yeah, he's got a secretary. Denise, what do we have for Bernie Sanders coming at us about greed and wealth? Oh, we do have one? Okay. Fire it off. Thank you.
Read it back to me, please, Denise. Yeah. No. I don't think selling a lot of cars is good. He's not going to. What's the moral angle on this? We need a moral angle. That's good. Use the word multiplanetary, please. That's good. Yeah.
He won't know what the fuck to say to that.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, throw in light of consciousness in there. Yeah. I mean, that's good. That's really good. So where do you fall on this one, Pike? Where do you fall on billionaires spending money to try to get to Mars? Or would you rather them help out, focus here on Earth first? Because we're kind of like, we're splitting,
I don't like that thinking. Because then it's the same vein as like, well, we got to help out our people first. Well, where do you draw that line? It's like, what the people in your town, in your state, in your country, on your planet? No, I think help everybody, even if it is the people on Mars.
So you're saying you're on Elon Musk's side here. That's what you're saying. You're saying,
yeah,
bro, it's time to jump ship. Time to plant some Martians.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, and Bernie needs to chill because it's like, what? Don't get mad at him for making a bunch of money. Like, be mad at the system or something, but not. What is he? At what point was he supposed to go? Like, all right, enough money. All right.
I think Bernie Sanders is definitely mad at the system. I don't think he's just stopping at Elon Musk. I think Bernie Sanders definitely, being a senator, wants to change the system. But I want to argue, do you think billionaires have any responsibility to help out here on Earth? Because they're obviously trying to help out, quote unquote, humanity. So, here's the argument. Our argument is Elon Musk isn't doing this for greed. He's doing this to further mankind, humans. He's trying to advance the entire species. So he's using all this, quote, resources, which is a shitty fucking soft way of saying I'm using all my money to get off this goddamn rock, right? I want to use this. It's time to go. It's going to be, you've never seen it, but it's going to be like Elysium with Matt Damon, where all the rich people live in space and they look at us on Earth like, look at these fucking losers. Yeah, with your wars and your famine. What shitty way to live. Hey, guys, we're here in space. It's great. Great movie, Elysium. I recommend it.
Okay. Yeah, well, I think Bernie needs to get Elon's name out of his mouth then. That's what I would say if I was Elon.
Damn.
I'd say, yo, bro, I know you're mad, but get my name out of your mouth.
Get my name. Homero, not a Bernie fan. He says Bernie Sanders and Pike movie knowledge are both straight garbage. Here's what I think. Okay. I think, steering away from the politics, because Bernie Sanders has been elected to look after his constituents. So in my opinion, Bernie Sanders is doing Bernie Sanders' job. So I'm going to take the politics out of it. He was elected to say, hey, man, help us out. Like, that's what politicians are for. They're supposed to help out the people that elected him. So whatever. In terms of the billionaire class taking care of people here on Earth, like a Bill Gates, because Bill Gates does not give a fuck about space. He's trying to solve a bunch of different problems here on Earth. Or you got the other billionaires trying to look at Mars and trying to advance the species, like we said. Can't we do both? Like that's what I'm at. I'm gonna be this really lame, not zero take factory. Can't we just do both? You know, why can't we? First of all, Mars is already kind of a shitty planet. Like it's really cold. There's no atmosphere really. There's no running water. You can't breathe outside. Like, you know what's really great? Earth. Earth is really fucking awesome. And everything I know and love is here. So if we could just kind of, you know, not even saying humans, but can we just make this place even better? I'm kind of on Bill Gates' side about that, even though I love space and all that. Like, I would never want to go to Mars, ever.
No.
Dude, I don't even want to go to Burning Man. Like, Burning Man seems uncomfortable. You know, they don't even have running water there. It seems awful. Everyone's sweaty and gross, and they're all like this, you know, oh, man, we got to experience it. Imagine what Mars people will be like. They'll be like fucking awful. They're going to be awful humans.
Yeah. Right.
Ultimate hipsters. Be like, bro, I'm not from your planet. Be like, all right, dial it back. We're both human, okay? But like, are we? Are we really the same species? Because I live on a different planet, you know? It's like, oh, God. Don't you brush your teeth? Look, I don't have to follow your norms, okay? You're from Earth. I'm from Mars. Like, they're going to be the ultimate goddamn gross hipsters, Martians.
Yeah, they sound gross. You know, the beer in their coffee and coffee in their beer. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here.
Oh, man. All right. Well, there you go. This is the Lost Cat says, get rid of debt quick. Sell your toenails to Elon Musk. There you go.
I wish.
I wish as well. Colin says, yes, the Lost Cat. There you go. Yes, Mr. Chairman.
I threw it away now.
No.
I moved on. I moved on from it. Yeah.
Oh, Pike's toenail weighing in. Pike's toenail says, I want to go to Mars. The first toenail on Mars. Look, so there you go.
Toenail's big enough. You could probably move a few people in on that.
There you go. That's it for the show. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, man. That is huge. YouTube.com/Sparks Radio. Thank you so much for doing that. That would be rad if you to tell a friend as well. I see you telling friends because the numbers are going up. All right. So thank you so much. Most people download this as a podcast. So if you download this as a podcast, give us a rating and review over there on Apple Podcasts. That's our big push right now. I would absolutely love it if you did. I want to do a whole show segment on your reviews. So we want to read your reviews on the show. It's a segment we call Comment Investing. So please, we want to do another round of that. So we're looking for the reviews. So 5 stars and then say whatever you want. I appreciate it. Follow this guy on all social media. It's at Pike Taylor Radio. He'll check it on his piss phone. Disgusting. It's really gross. You should really wash that with water. I am at Sparks Radio on all social media. Staining a deck. Let me show you real quick.
Let's see a photo of that.
Okay, here's before.
What a different life we're living.
This is before when I pressure washed it and scrubbed it all down. You can see what it used to look like. That's like red stain, kind of remnants there. Couldn't get that up.
Okay.
You see it? Okay, that's the deck.
I'm seeing it, yeah.
Okay, and now this is after one coat of stain.
Ta-da! Look at that. Really nice.
That was today.
Damn. God, good job.
Yeah. I got to go back.
Tim Allen.
It's two gallons of stain. I got to go probably get 2 more gallons of stain. So it's a lot of work. There you go. Appreciate you guys being here. Hey, shout out to the committee, dude. The committee, man. Oh, Max Power saying he subscribed. Thank you. Shout out to Max Power. Thank you very much. What a dope ass name. All right, there you go. The Lost Cat says, great show, guys. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. All right. Shout out to Max Power, The Lost Cat, Omero, Colin, Pike's Toenail, Donna, all for being here. Who else was here? If I forgot you,
Colin.
I apologize. Colin, the committee chair. Can never forget.
How
Colin.
dare you?
I think I said it.
You maybe did. Yeah,
And I
maybe
don't think
did.
you heard, but that's okay. Nice. There you go. Nice job, Sparks. Thank you very much. That's it for us, guys. Any last words, Pike?
Everything I own is covered in piss.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Those over, motherfuckers. Now get out of here.